Have been out for a few weeks now. You're our second last show. Technically, we have another show, but it's not listed on the website, so I'm torn between saying 2 and 3, and my gut told me to say 2, but then the other part of me said, be honest with them, so it's our third last show. The show is a lot like this. We share a lot of our inner thoughts that we usually keep to ourselves, but for the most part, that seems to be going over fairly well here on this Ontario tour, so I hope we'll sum it up tonight. We've been out on tour for a few weeks playing. It's been really fun. It's been nice to be up here playing songs and telling stories. I don't know, I just feel, what a great job. Just like, that this is what we get to do. I mean, it's just been lovely. Sarah, are you having a good time?
I am, yeah. We were just talking backstage about how all our ailments, this is a nice paced show for getting older. It's nice. It really is nice. I was actually thinking about, I haven't been doing a lot of, even though we're touring an album that came out over 20 years ago, I haven't actually been feeling very nostalgic or even particularly sentimental about this album or that time. I'm enjoying playing the songs, but I haven't been reflecting that much. And then today I thought to myself, what am I, am I avoiding something? I was listening to a Jungian podcast, and it was about, I don't know, that's just a little insight into me, what I was doing today, but yeah, I think there's something very Virgo or just very arrogant about listening to a podcast about therapy and going yeah, I don't need therapy right now, I'm fine. I listen to that, it feels like schoolwork. I sent it to my wife, how my work here is done, you know? Anyways, but I was thinking, am I avoiding, is it disinteresting? I can't figure out why I'm not thinking about this time that much. And I think it's just, yeah, it's just so far in the past. But anyway, so I was really sitting in my thoughts about this time, and the thing that came up, I haven't brought it up with you yet, but this seems like a great time to do it. Great. Was when we were touring this album, we did a lot of touring in the United States. We really were actively pursuing a career in the States, and we were doing this tour during that time when there was that sniper on the East Coast who was shooting people's in the Michael's craft store parking lots and stuff. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Everybody here is thinking what I'm thinking, which is why is she bringing? But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is it was a weird time. We were okay. So let me put this together. You feel that perhaps you weren't super nostalgic about this record on this tour because you had created a barrier between you and the sniper that was active when this record came out. No, it's just it was kind of a dark time, I guess is what I'm saying. No joke, I remember we were in this, we stayed in a lot of motels. I hear children, just letting you know. No, I know. Okay. They probably play video games that are way more stressful than what I'm about to say, which is just, it's fine, you're a parent, I'm not, so I may be slightly more paranoid about upsetting parents, but it's just me. I don't know what to tell you, it's night, it's past dark. If you can stay up past dark, you can hear this story. My kid can't stay up past dark. Today, or yesterday I was playing him some music that Tegan and I liked when we were kids, and there's a Fred Penner song called The Cat Came Back the Very Next Day. I haven't listened to that song since I was a child. That is way darker than what I'm about to say. They talk about disappearing a man who doesn't like their cat in a million pieces. Okay, that's fine. So tell us about what happened while this Fred Penner can get into that kind of graphic detail in a children's favorite. I can just tell you that during the touring of this album, it was weird times. We were out there, in the wild, and there was crazy stuff happening. We would stay at these motels in the United States, and you know, we would be afraid. Like we would get out of the van and we'd run into the motel and we would like turn on the news and we would see like had they found whoever was doing this. And I have this memory, today when I was thinking about this tour and like this album and like what was happening during that time, you know, we didn't have access to the internet that much. Like it was really hard to find access to the internet. Like we would go to libraries and there would be these big signs that were like, do not look at your email using this. This is a research device only or whatever. And we'd be like looking down, the librarians are like, come on in, whatever you want to look at. Nobody's looking, I promise. You can just do whatever you want on the computers. But anyways, it was a weird time. And so we just like, we'd run into the motel. They're like, buy Bitcoin or no websites are blocked at all. Use any websites you want. That's how they are now. But anyways, back then they were like, you little dirtbags, get out of here. And so we got into the motel and we'd be like looking for updates about what was happening. What was the person called? They were like, I have no idea. You opened a lot of threads here. It's a lot. You don't remember this? DC Sniper, thank you. One person in our crew isn't an asshole. And so, anyways, the DC Sniper, so we would get in there, and one time, we were our motel was across the street from an active shooting range. So we get into the motel, and we're just like, you know, doing our usual things that we do when we get into motels. Hey, this is the inside shit. You want some inside shit? Here it is. We get into the motels. We take anything extraneous off the beds because they don't clean those. You put them in the closet. You try to make the place feel a little bit more homey. And then it's like, like you just hear all these gunshots. You can imagine. And I just remember being like, I really, really want to go get chips from the vending machine. Like, is it safe to do that? Clearly we're not. I didn't know it was a shooting range, but I just knew, I was like, I think it's over, and I definitely want to go get chips from the vending machine. Anyways, that's a little slice of life from when we were doing the
critical look at me. Would you tell me tough love style? Would you dish away on me? If you're thinking everything, if you're thinking endlessly, if you're thinking anything, if you're thinking, feel the breeze here. Feathers of an arrow in my yard. Feathers of an arrow. Take my aim. Do you feel me coming close? Take my aim so you feel me coming close. Feel the breeze. Feel the feathers of an arrow in my yard. Feathers of an arrow. Take my aim. Do you feel me coming close? Take my aim so you feel me coming close. Would you take a calm and tender tone and all kinds of care? Would you